Jaws is a movie directed by Steven Spielberg, released in 1975, and is considered one of the quintessential blockbusters, and kind of founded what we know now as blockbuster movies. For me, though, Jaws has always been this kind of staple of my childhood that prior to this release of the film, it's been a while since I watched it, and kind of returning and to see that on the big screen was a really cool opportunity. So today I'm going to be reviewing Jaws for its 50th anniversary. One of the elements I really like about Jaws this time around was that the characters and how they respond to the situation of the shark being in Amityville is really compelling. To see, obviously, the chief of police perspective compared to the mayor, who doesn't want to close down Amityville and the Amityville beaches, but wants to keep them open. This plot point, I think, is really the most interesting part about the first act of the film. But yeah, what I thought the film did really well was the tension. John Williams' score when the shark is moving through the water is really, really good. Every scene has weight. That's one thing the movie does well. I think it's pretty exemplified through that opening scene. And then also when Richard Dreyfuss's character is in the water, I think it's midway through the first and second act of the film, they discover one of the people from Amityville's boats is destroyed on the water, and then the head pops up. That scene in itself spooked me in the theater this time around, which again, I forgot about this scene prior to rewatching this film again. For me, another element of the movie that I really enjoyed and I thought was cool this time around, now kind of understanding how it fit into the story, was the whole history of the USS Indianapolis being tied to Robert Shaw's character's origin. I just thought it was pretty cool. It adds that kind of real history that audiences watching the movie at the time would have been pretty familiar with. So I thought it was a smart choice in the script to use it to add to Quentin's character. If you couldn't already tell by now, Jaws is probably one of my favorite movies and is pretty special to me. It was one of the first movies that introduced me to the ocean, to sharks, and the terror of what's out there. Although it didn't traumatize me enough to stay out of the water, it did get me curious. And I think if a film makes you curious, that's really important. And that's why this movie is so special to me.